Mbalenhle Mthethwa is speaking to some residents in Soweto about the significance of this day. Mbali bathini omkhaya bam?
Good morning, Desiree. Yes, indeed, I am in Soweto, where it seems to be a hive of activity. As we were driving by, just looking to see, how people were going to commemorate this day, we came across a group of people and we started talking to them about what exactly, Freedom Day means to them. These are people in this community who own businesses, and if you've ever been to Vilakazi Street, there are a number of businesses on the street. And we are actually inside one of them. But I'm joined by two community members and business owners right now who are just going to talk to us about the significance of this particular public holiday and how they feel about it and how their businesses have been impacted by certain things that have come, not necessarily with democracy, but that have somewhat, made it quite difficult for them to operate, Thank you so much for joining me, both of you. Mpho, let me start with you. What is the significance of this particular public holiday?
For me, I think freedom is very personal. Because I believe that freedom is happiness, and I think if you find happiness, then you're free. That's how I understand it. But also, existing in the economy of South Africa and being a businesswoman, I also have to ask myself questions about, is this day significant in a positive way or in a negative way? And I think it's both for me, positive and negative. And
let's talk about the operating environment. We know that there's load shedding, and most of the time townships get extended load shedding. What does that do for business, and has it not created a very difficult operating environment for a small business holder such as yourself?
Definitely. I don't think there's even a question there. I think because for me freedom is personal and it's happiness, you have to sort of find ways by yourself on your own to make it work. We have to invest in things or equipment that can give us power without being impacted negatively because load shedding is happening. So I think for me it's just really about how do you navigate all these challenges that we're facing, how as business people there are policies out there that help businesses, but a lot of information is not out there for us. So we don't really know what's going on, or the policies are there, but they don't work for us. So then as an individual, you need to just find a way. I think for me, that's freedom to,
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Mpho. Mpho, we're just talking about policy and how, there seems to be a disconnect between policies that have been put in place to assist small business holders like herself and essentially the implementation on the ground and the lived experiences of ordinary people. I'm going to bring in Michael. Michael, thank you so much for joining us again. Talk to us about, the significance of this particular public holiday also as a small business holder.
Well, as a small business owner in Vilakazi Street, we'd like to commemorate this day to remember all the fallen soldiers that have been through the apartheid system and all that. So we are finding a way to actually speak and propelling the creativity and the struggle forward, and actually making sure that for ourselves we thrive through the conditions that we're living in. And as a business owner also, as the box shop, we've faced so many challenges where freedom, as she said, it's a personal thing. So we have taken it upon ourselves to start dreaming in color, to start taking creativity and informing the youth and mobilizing them so that we can have our own revolution now. And our revolution is to fight for absolute freedom, we have a bit of the freedom, but we don't have it absolute, And then we also noticed that if we don't own the land, it becomes very difficult for us to say that we are free in our own land, because we don't own the land, we don't own the economy.
Talk to me about what exactly absolute freedom would look like. I hear you saying, as the youth of Soweto, you're taking charge of your freedom and of your future and of maybe, being self-sufficient and so on. But talk to us what exactly you mean by absolute freedom and what it would look like.
Black man is king. Black man is still living in the city of gold, but he's not wearing that gold. So absolute freedom means that whatever that we were blessed with needs to embrace us as the locals more than it embraces foreigners. You know what I mean? And I don't have anything against them. It just needs to embrace us first. So absolute freedom means that you have the right to dream, the right to access and resources, because opportunity without resources is a wasted effort. So we don't have enough resources, and our resources are capacitating first world countries. So as a third world country, but you are living in the city of gold, it is very impossible for us to rise if we can't have our own gold, our own minerals, our own everything, so that it can embrace whatever that we do.
And then talk to us about your operating environment. I mean, you told me that you have an online radio station, and essentially load shedding means that you're off air for a significant amount of time, and that could essentially translate into losing some of your listeners, and because of you're not on air at certain times. Talk to us about that.
I mean, load shedding messes us up on so many levels. For one, I mean, our phones can't even work. We can't pre-record anything. We can't do literally anything. Wi-Fi. I mean, as the box shop during COVID-19, we decided to do a digital migration. When we did the digital migration, we didn't expect the load shedding to be one of our enemies when we were already dealing with COVID-19. And now lately, I mean, you get water strikes. And also considering that the box shop has a restaurant, if we have a water strike, we can't even keep people. I mean, these are basic human rights that we can't access as the youth of South Africa, and it's very sad.
Thank you so much. There you have it. Some of the business owners here in Soweto just talking about their experiences and what exactly Freedom Day means to them. This is not the only stop, our only stop for today. We are going to be moving around. We hope to speak to some people who have been waiting for many, many years for RDP houses. Some people still don't have access to basic services such as water and electricity, just to find out from them what exactly Freedom Day means to them and how they will be commemorating this particular public holiday. It's back to you in studio, Desiree.